1, 2,
Thank you.
3, 4.
Jul, jul, strålande jul, glans över vita skogar. Himmelens kronor med gnistrande ljus, glimmande bågar i alla Guds hus. Psalm som är sjungen från tid till tid, eviga längtan till ljus och frid. Jul, jul, strålande jul, glans över vita skogar. Kom, kom, signade jul, sänk dina vita vingar över stridernas banor, över all suckan ur människobarn, över dess lökten som går till ro, över det unga stågande bo.
Thank you very much, everybody. All right, let's have a look at these as the text for this, please. You can find this on Thinkific. It's under the pronunciation guide. We just have 2 verses of this poem by Edvard Evers and the English translation by Sanna Nielsen. Jul, jul, strålande jul is glorious Christmas. Christmas, Christmas, glorious Christmas. Glans over dita skogar, shining over white forests. Now we've got a colleague of mine, Oscar Wedman from Sweden, is reading the pronunciation guide here. So let's have a little listen to Oscar. Let me double check that my audio is sharing before we do that. Here we go. Here comes Oscar.
Jul, jul, strålande jul, glans över vita skogar, himmel.
He's such a jolly man, and it comes across in the way that he reads the pronunciation guide. The things to flag up here are över, glans över. It's like a U umlaut here. Those people who lost sound on the playthrough, I lost it as well. It's just another gremlin. It just gave up the ghost, so I stopped my screen share and carried on regardless. Who knows what is going on this evening? So över instead with the U with the umlaut, please. And listen to how he says strålande. The ends of the phrases are quite lifted.
Jul, jul, strålande jul.
So it's a very English pronunciation to use the sound. Strålande. It's not. It's strålande jul. Lifted at the ends of the words. Here we go again. Double checking that my audio is sharing. Yes, it is.
Glans över vita skogar.
Let's say that together, please. Glans över vita skogar. Good. Going on.
Himmelens kronor med gnistrande ljus.
Kronor is an interesting one. Kronor. Ooh. It's a very forward ooh. So listen to Oscar say it again.
Himmelens kronor med
Kronor. That's one of the ones that it's when you sing it, himmelens kronor, it's just make sure that you're just tending towards an oo vowel, but really when you're singing, these things will all even out. Yeah, here it comes. And that means the crowns of heaven, himmelens kronor, with sparkling lights.
med gnistrande ljus.
Glistrande ljus. Ljus is the word for lights. Gnistrande. And then you've got another rather than Himmelens kronor med gnistrande ljus. One more time because Oscar's Swedish is better than mine. Heaven's crown with glittering light.
Över vita skogar. Himmelens kronor med gnistrande ljus.
Next bit.
Glimmande bågar i alla Guds hus.
I like this bit. The glittering bows in each of God's houses. So this is describing the lights and what you can see through the doors of everybody's houses in the area. Himmelens kronor med gnistrande ljus, glimmande bågar. So the A with the circle on top is an å. Bågar i alla Guds hus. Let's just listen to Oscar say that one more time and thinking of the image of it, and then we'll say it together.
Bågar i alla Guds hus. Glimmande bågar i alla Guds hus.
Together, glimmande. Glimmande bågar i alla Guds hus. Next bit, psalm. Psalms are sung from time and time again, from time immemorial, really.
Psalm som är sjungen.
Sjungen, it's not a hard G, you don't release the G. Psalm som är sjungen.
Från tid till tid.
From tid till tid. And Oscar taught me a little how to say this. It's spelt till, but tid, it's a very gentle touching of your tongue to your top teeth. Tid. Very, very gentle. It's the gentlest D that you can produce. Från tid till tid. And till starts from exactly the same place. Let's listen to it one more time.
Psalm som är sjungen från tid till tid.
There it is. So hymns are sung from time immemorial. And then eviga längtan, here it comes.
Eviga längtan till ljus och frid.
Now, there are a couple of little details here. The first vowel you sing is actually a diphthong. Have a little listen.
Eviga
Eviga längtan.
längtan till
Längtan. Again, it's another lifted vowel. Längtan. Eviga längtan.
ljus och frid.
Till ljus och frid. And och, that is a hard K. Ljus och frid. And then the D is another really gentle D, like tid till tid. So the text here means eternal longing for light, ljus. We've had ljus already in the stanza. Och frid, like Frieden in German, peace. And then we have the first phrase again. Jul, strålande jul, glans över vita skogar. Glans over vita skogar. And on to verse 2. Come, come, Holy Christmas.
Jul, jul, strålande jul, glans över vita skogar.
The end of verse 1.
Kom, kom, signade jul, sänk dina vita vingar.
Couple of things to flag up here. The A umlaut is sänk. Sänk dina vita ving. And then you notice he doesn't pronounce the G. Even though he separates those two syllables, vingar. I'm just going to play that again so you can hear him do it. It's a very, very gentle consonant in the middle of that word.
Ta vingar.
Vingar. Yes? So actually what's happening here is vin. The back of his tongue is hitting the top of his mouth. Vingar. It's like an NG. Vingar. Vingar. Yes? Let's just try to give you the sense of how it differs from how you would pronounce in English. Say vingar. Vingar. You'll notice you're using the middle of your tongue and then you're releasing some air as you pronounce the G. Vingar. G, g, g. Now try nga, nga, nga. So it's an NG with your tongue a little bit further back, touching the roof of your mouth. Nga, nga, nga. G, 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 nga, nga, nga. You're using a subtly different bit of your tongue, but you're still connecting it to the top of your mouth. So you've got vingar or vingar. Yeah, just a little subtle difference. Here we go. So this little bit, wrap your, this line of text actually elides. So come, come, Holy Christmas, wrap your white wings around the blood and turmoil of war. So, where are we? Sänk dina vita vingar över stridernas blod och larm. And I'll see then if I've pronounced that correctly. So the meaning of this phrase continues over the bar line between bar 4 and bar 5 in verse 2. Here it comes.
Gar. Kom, kom, signade jul, sänk dina vita vingar över stridernas blod och larm, över all suckan ur människobarm.
Okay. A couple of things to flag. The M in bar 6, över stridernas blod och larm. And actually, the end of OCH is basically lost, O and larm. You don't really pronounce the M either. Let's just have another little listen.
Kom, signade jul, sänk dina vita vingar över stridernas blod och larm, över all suckan ur människobarm.
Now, this last word is one of the more complicated ones. Människobar. Men for the A with an umlaut. ni, the SK, sho, bar, and then very, very light M at the end of it. And now there are baubles falling off the Christmas tree, all of their own volition. I didn't touch anything. God, goodness gracious me. So there we go. Let's listen to Oscar say that again. Honestly, neither the dog nor I are anywhere near that. It's just one of those nights.
Tidernas blod och larm över all suckan ur människobarm.
Okay, let's listen on.
Över de släkten som gå till ro.
Okay, I like this line. It's got a lovely mouthfeel. Över de släkten som går, G with an A with a little circle on top, till ro. So what we have here in terms of translation, so we've had wrap your wings around the blood and turmoil of war, around all the people's sighs. So that is över all suckan ur människobar, and then over the families who travel to peace. Över de släkten som går till ro, and then the last one, over the young man's daily life. So that'll be probably ungas, the young man's daily life. Let's just let Oscar finish that verse for us. So wrap your wings around all of these little moments of daily living.
Vita vingar över stridernas blod och larm över all suckan ur människobarm. Över de släkten som gå till ro. Över de ungas dagande bo.
Couple of things to just look at there. Gas. That's very much not ungas. And then gande bu. Let me just double check that I've got all of those vowels correct, because that's one of those ones that's a little bit difficult for non-Swedish speakers.
Över de ungas dagande bo.
Dågande.
Kom.
Över de ungas dågande bo. So ro, gå till ro, and dågande bo. And then we have the first phrase again. Kom, signade jul, sänk dina vita vingar. Again, we've got that NG sound. Well done, fantastic. Let's have a little sing through. It's pretty easy here for sopranos because you're singing the melody and it's a very beautiful, catchy melody. We'll just sing the second verse, because we've already had to listen through to it once. And I will share the learning video. There it is. And then we will move on to the Adam. Madame le Adam. Second verse. Here it comes. Practice just fitting in the correct pronunciation. And you've got the clicks from Jamie there to help you with that rallentando. Fabulous. Let's switch over and have a look at the Adolf Adam O Holy Night. I'll bring it up on the screen and we'll have a little listen. Hopefully you've had a chance to listen through to this already and you haven't just been busy getting White Christmas ready for the submission deadline tomorrow. It's a lovely new arrangement. And together with Graham, we've done some sleuthing about the text. So I will update you on that in just a moment.
Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared, and the soul felt its worth. A Fall on your knees, or hear the angel voices, O night divine, O night when Christ was born. O night divine, O night divine.
I'm going to pause there just for the moment and we'll look at the first verse. It's a gorgeous new arrangement, isn't it? We're very lucky. Michael's done a fantastic job for us. Lucky old altos. They get to start with the melody. So don't be put off by the fact that the lead voice is very quiet at bar 11. That is because you're not singing at this point, sopranos. So don't go barreling in. And then you come in at bar 20, 6, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, bar 20. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. Do-do-do-do. So let's try that first without the ornament, and then we're going to add the ornament in, because it's nothing to be scared of, but it does need to be practiced into your muscle memory. Till he appeared, please. Let's go from there. That is bar 24. Here we go. And till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. Good. No accent for the moment. You'll feel that your vocal setup is probably below because the D flat is at the top of your melody here, top of your phrase. Your vocal setup is going to be reaching up to it. That's okay. Till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. But it has a tendency to then be underfueled. Soul felt its worth. So the way that you can get around that is by using the F, using the text of the F. Soul felt its worth. Yes, Kit.
There's several people in the chat. Jamie told us that there would be no grace notes.
Ah, Okay. He hadn't told me that. Thank you very much, Kit. Jamie said that we aren't doing the grace notes. Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for letting me know that. But this one is in the guide track. So the other one is not. Let's just have a double listen. Kit, I will double check that with Jamie, because whereas the other grace notes aren't actually sung, this one is. So I think we're going to naturally get a mixture of people anyway. But thank you so much for flagging that up, because that is definitely something I need to double check with Jamie. Grace notes. Are we going to grace notes? Question mark. Lovely. If it turns out we're going to be graced with the grace notes, make sure that you're using the F to get over the top of it. So felt its worth. Okay? That's just to make sure that it doesn't go flat as you're moving past it. Okay. The ums are pretty easy, nothing too challenging here, which is great. It means you can relax and enjoy singing it. Just don't let the space in your mouth collapse as you get higher up in these sections. So we have... And there is a breath that you can hear Joe do halfway through bar 32. We're in D flat major for this. And here at bar 29, you can do an NG. If an is challenging for you, you can actually drop the jaw, because this is audio only, so it doesn't matter if you look slightly suspect. And head for the D flat on the next page as your tonal center. And then you get some nice melody all the way up to the top. I'm going to go to the end and just double check that we've got all of the notes covered. And then I'd like to come back and look a little bit at how you can free up your voice on those higher notes. Let's start with verse 2, though, at bar 65, led by the basses.
The King of Kings lay thus in lowly manger, in all our trials born to be our friend. He knows our need, he guardeth us from danger.
Before we get to the big climax, we did a little bit of sleuthing about the lyrics for this, and actually they are correct for the very oldest version of this text. I'm me just read you what we found out about it. It is different over different versions, but it's been generally evened out across time to say before him lowly bend over different versions across history. I am talking whilst I'm waiting for it to load. Peter's edition in 1868 and Schirmer edition in 1891. Dwight's original Englishification, there you go, that's a great word, isn't it, is lost. Claimed to be in his music journal in 1855, but actually not there. And the music doesn't survive in any accessible sources. The earliest sources have a mix, i.e. the first time it's sung before him lowly bend, and the second time it's sung, it's before the lowly bend. And modern sources have gradually simplified it to say before him lowly bend twice. So actually, we are singing a more archaic version of the lyrics, before the lowly bend. It makes sense if you think about he is the lowly. As in, like, before, you could say before the lowly one, bend before the lowly one. Yeah? Or before him, as in before Jesus, or before the lowly one. So it's a sort of abbreviation of the lowly one. There we go. It gave me a surprise as well, because I've only ever seen before him lowly bend twice, but it seems that Michael's gone back to a really early source of the text. Katerina.
Yes, if I may, I'm here in Quebec City, and this song, it was originally written in French, actually, Minuit Chrétien, and then for midnight mass, minuit, and it appealed because it had some revolutionary, pompous, let's not put up with this anymore, kind of swing to it, which the Quebecois, where I'm here, they responded to that very well, because at first says people on your knees, and then it's people up, get up, and they love that. So this song in French is one of the best loved Christmas hymns in the church, in the Catholic Church. And the first time it was performed in Quebec, there was a musician, Quebecois, it was then French-Canadian musician who was in Paris and heard it, and he liked it so much, so he brought it home, and home was about 500 meters away from where I live.
Oh, really?
Saint-Michel de Sillery. Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic. So you have a really close connection to this carol.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
Enjoy.
This is why I love this choir so much, because fun things like that come out of the woodwork. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Great. Oh, there we go. Right, shall we look at the last bit then? Let's dive into it. Here it comes. And get ready to sing some high notes. Of the piano. Beautiful. That is going to sound so stunning on the disc. I would love to have done it in French, but we did have quite a few languages already on the disc. But yeah, Minuit Chrétien is obviously the original French. So here we go. Bar 131. Let's get let's get some high notes under our belt. Can we do it first to a v or a brr, please? So we've got the A flat is here, and we're just going to do a buzzy siren. Here we go with me, and just for safe measure, we're going to go higher than that. Starting here, and good. One more, and you should find that you're really working in your tummy and that you're getting wider as you go up to the top, and then you continue to get wider until you take a breath. Do not let your support drop off a cliff once you've reached the top note. It continues right until your breath. One more time, and you can do the same thing, but to an NG. So this is the vingar, that lovely open mouth NG. And you're going to feel like the sound tips forwards right into the buzzy part of your nose in the mask of your face. You might just want to put some fingers here to encourage that. Good, nice, okay. And now let a little bit more air out. We're going to do it to a v. So this should feel quite wasteful in terms of air. Good. We've done all of those a tone higher than we actually need to be, which is helpful. Now when we get I won't turn the page for you. We're just going to do this to ooh. And you can take a breath before your king. And just notice, please, that you sing the same notes. You sing the E flat before you go up to the A flat. Here we go. And one. Good. Now, when you get to the top, you modify the vowel sound. When you go, ooh, you're singing an ooh. And when you go up to the top, ooh, you're modifying a little closer to o. To ooh, ah. It sounds like an ooh all the time, but just notice when I got up to the top, my mouth opened and I really felt that placement shifting forwards. Just to ooh one more time. And then we'll practice the vowels in. Ooh, and ooh, ooh. Yes, you're giving the sound a little bit more space to exist in up there. Now, that vowel isn't too far from what we need to sing. King. Your king. Ooh, ah, eh. It's not actually that different. So let's try just the vowels. So we've got behold, which is an ah, hold, and then your king, which is an I/E, whatever you feel comfortable with. Vowels only, please. And good. Now do that one more time now you've got used to it, and just put a little bit more air through the system. Try not to pull back with your air because you're a bit worried about how tight it'll feel. Lean into it with a little bit more air. If you want to switch back to a v, that helps you to use more air, so keep doing it. Here we go, and I'm playing around with a mixture of v's and open vowels. And I wouldn't really, if you find this challenge, if you're a stratospheric soprano, this might be a walk in the park for you. If you're not, rehearse it without the text and only put the text in right at the end. And then, luckily, lovely old Michael has given you this top note right at the end of the piece. So once you come down from on high, your work is done and you can just concentrate on looking beautiful and listening to the piano accompaniment right the way to the end. So with that in mind, let's have a go at singing it through from bar 115, please. Here it comes. I'm going to go on mute so I can sing. Beautiful, well done, great. Okie dokie. I'm just going to double check the chat to make sure that there's nothing exploding. Bar 108, if you are able to sing through, go for it. Absolutely fine. That's the kind of thing that if we decide we need a group breath, we can apply that in the edit. So that's absolutely fine. There we go. Astrid's going to record before the landlord comes back from holiday. Oh, Katerina, thank you so much for sharing the church in the chat. That's beautiful. It's a little piece of history. Brilliant. Kate, Kate, did you say you're off to your village carol service after this? Great. Good, good, good. Well done. I'm glad that that's been helpful. Do we have any last questions about those two pieces? They're lovely, achievable sings. So you can just relax and enjoy them and get them in the can. I'm so grateful to Michael for writing us such a beautiful new arrangement of the piece. And who knows, maybe next year we'll do it in French or Quebecois. Thank you so much, everybody. And apologies for the disruption at the beginning of the session. Hopefully it has still been a useful time. We will, if you're staying for the alto sectional, we'll see you again in about 10 minutes where we're going to be kicking off in the same room, but I will end the meeting now so that I can switch over the stream and get it set up. Thank you so much, everybody. Happy recording.
Thank you.
Good luck for White Christmas tomorrow, and we'll see you soon.